Mina Kimes from ESPN's NFL Live on Deshaun Watson and what this Browns offense will look like with him as the quarterback.
I feel like we're kind of asking the same question we asked before last season, which is this a good marriage of play caller and quarterback? And does this quarterback make sense with this personnel? Because it's tricky, because last year we saw, as you alluded to this, with Joe Flacco, really kind of proof of concept for the offense. Very heavy play action. Not just play action, very heavy under center play action. And in doing so, top 10 in QBR with Flacco. When they ran play action with Watson, which, as you said, was less often, near the bottom of the NFL in QBR and less likely to be under center. Still some under center, but it raises questions of like, okay, if we saw this offense work so well this way, does the quarterback have to meet us there? And I think it's an urgent question because, and we're going to get to this with Field, this roster is stacked. Like going through on both sides of the football, there's a reason why they made it to the playoffs last year. And so I think this question about what is the best offense for this quarterback and this quarterback, can he adapt to the offense? It's more urgent than it would be for other teams.
With that, let's welcome in Casey Kinnamon, Dog Pound Daily, the Barking Browns podcast. Casey, I think you kind of got to twist that a little bit. I think the reason you brought in all the different offensive coaches are because you're going to change the system to meet the quarterback. Am I missing something there?
No. I like Mina. She does really good work. Oh,
yeah,
but
I agree.
Basing anything on what happened last year, this offense was deconstructed and rebuilt to fit Deshaun Watson. That's the only reason all this was done. If it was going to stay the status quo, you'd probably see a different quarterback as the backup. You definitely wouldn't have got another offensive coordinator to come in. You'd have kept all the same voices, but they didn't do that. And this isn't the era of you have to fit our system. When you got a playmaker like Watson, they're going to do everything they can to build the offense around him to fit his skill set. So while I agree with some of her points, the reality of it is that we don't even know what this offense is going to look like based on all the new voices they brought in. We're going to find that out over time. And we can think we know during training camp by a couple clips or even during some looks in the preseason. But the reality is, come week 3, week 4, we're really going to start to understand what all this offense is.
Well, and if you think about it, it might have been in the works last year, but you had basically a freak monsoon in week 1 against the Bengals. You lost Nick Chubb in week 2 against the Steelers. And then it was like, hold on.
Yeah, it was adapt and overcome at that point. And, Stefanski was able to fall back into what he's comfortable with after so long when all the pieces started to you start missing pieces, injuries, all these different things happen. They were able to do that. But now I think they've kind of burned the ships. So where they're not going to be able just to fall back into that rut, given the different coaches and voices and the basic thought processes they've brought in. So that if this starts to go south, I don't think you can just, devolve back into play action, turn your back to the defense and sling it.